Hello, monkey! We are back. And we are getting closer to the milestone. Hello, Phil. And yesterday, when I ended the stream, I encountered the warnings again. They seem to appear sometimes and sometimes just not appear, but here they are again. If I go in here, it will show me the warning. So I guess this is the first thing we will do today. Try to understand why these happen. -1 it says. In the player entity. So let us find out where this happens. Get active interaction. In there somewhere. Oh, we are using that a lot though. Attempted to access index -1 from array. Some kind of array of length 0. That's a very, very specific way to say it. Why don't you say it when it happens? Man. It's no big deal, dude. So it should be in here. When I press space. I guess it's... Wait, where's the array? Oh, it's in here. This thing is empty. Where do we fill it? Hello, Gargon. Yeah, I am brave. What do you mean, no perfect? Excuse me? Do you have your safety mask again? Maybe you will need it this stream again. Ah, a comma. You think? Don't save him. He put himself into this mess. He has to get out of it himself. Okay. I'm watching you. So we are adding it here. I guess this only happens when we actually get into an interaction. Yeah. When we get to an interaction, this is getting set. So which means this thing could be empty sometimes. Just strange though. Why doesn't it always give me the warning? Is it because I was inside an interaction before? So if I'm here, we have the warning. If I go into one interaction and go out, I still have it. I don't understand. What am I coding? I'm trying to get rid of all the bugs, anything that's strange, etc., so I can make a package for the milestone. So right now we are just trying to fix anything that is strange with these warnings, and then we want to do a credit screen. We want to add on a jump animation. And then I also have to check where I can press escape to open a menu to make menu access possible in everywhere where it's needed. But right now I'm trying to find out why when I press space this warning appears. And I guess it's because the array is not filled. It is still strange though. Oh, wait. I might know what's going on here. So it is because of this thing? Could be. So this valid doesn't even work because we are looking into this array with the last index and then try to output something. But this last index cannot get something there. You have to do something like this. If it's not empty, then go in here. Then the warning will not happen again. So with this, I would assume the warning is now gone. Can we interact with things? I mean, money cheat maybe. Let's see. I can interact with that thing. Check store. Yeah, I have money. But was that the money I already saved? No. Anyway, it works. Now we have to find out what's going on with the second problem. So this is now solved. What's up with this one? Attempted to access index 0 from array command something of length 0. In game blueprints overworld logic interactions chain command interaction chain command modules info struct chain command module info struct warning script message called by set input lock game maps dummy start area then level instance set level set input lock. But this is hard. I'm not sure where to begin. But I would guess it's from this code. So let's look at that first. Today I saw a YouTube video about a very old PlayStation 1 game that I never heard before. It's called Pixie Garden. I thought that was very interesting. It's about a game where you go to planets that are dead and try to invigorate them again by putting in pixies in a garden, and they have different elements and need to stabilize the elements of the planet. It depends on the Unreal project you're opening. An empty project you can always open like 10 times, doesn't matter. But what I thought was that the design of the pixies was very, very 90s and looked very nice. They were pixelated too. Extremely detailed, pixelated Japanese. I would like to check it out, but I don't think there is a English version. So I was thinking maybe if I'm crazy enough, I could add something with fairies into my game too, since I will have fairies. Maybe they could have some kind of game mechanic to them. So this thing failed, or gives us a warning. At where? Cancel module, start. Couldn't be here. Is it this thing? Does it not find it? Clean up chain. Print one here, one here. So you're telling me that the input here is empty. Interesting. Where is it? Is it this? CCM info commands. But commands has something in it. It is not 0. This thing is not 0. Let's see. let us get in there though. Which means this is really empty. But it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Does it not get initialized? Oh, wait. Huh. The input locker is at 0, but what we are changing is the first and the fifth. So what was I thinking with that? I guess without a command we could just go to a default general one. If it is empty, we do this. Could also just go here, I guess. That's also fine. Which means now the warning is gone. Okay, nice. Another thing solved. Now, oh man, my eyes. No, they are just dry. Too long in front of screens. What should I do first? These are all very time consuming. Maybe first this before we do the credits, because we have to make sure a menu is being opened anywhere we need it. Oh god. What if I open a menu while a sequence is running? I need to pause it. Can I pause a game easily? Can this even be unpaused when it's paused? Yeah, I cannot unpause it from there. No input is being detected then. I need like some kind of code that is unaffected by game pause. Maybe UI is not affected by this. Let's find out. Where's the escape? Here we're opening that. And let's see if that works out. Kinda does, but probably goes through the UI controller, which means everything else is also broken. Oh man, okay. Whatever. The UI controller thing is such a broken piece of code I have. I need to get rid of it. I don't know how to substitute it with something better. Because I want a system that can actually know what windows are open to automatically be able to handle them all. I need a better system, I guess. Anyway, be right back. Monkey is back. Thank you. So, okay, before we go further, let's actually find out if we can stop the intro with this, sequences, etc. Because if it works, I really need to change my UI controller into this new way of pausing, which would also mean I could delete all the freeze stuff. But I mean, we will see, step by step. Thank you. I prefer Äffchen. Here. Let's see. The lighting right now is very moody because the time has been going on and the sun is now lower. So maybe the game should start with this time frame instead of my buggy save state. Anyway, let's pause, and it works. So we really need this functionality. There's no sugarcoating it. Now, can we make a UI, like create a UI in front of this that can then have a button we can click that unpauses the game, which would maybe also mean that when we focus the UI, that keyboard functionality is restored and we can do it again. So let's make a dummy UI here and see. User interface, blueprint, widget, test, I don't know. And then we can add a panel. And we can add an image so we know that it's open. And we can add a button here. And the button needs an interaction. So I need to do this. Pressed. And then we can get this and say unpause. So now we just need to create it. Where's the input here? Create widget, test, and then viewport. This goes in here. This goes in here. And these go in here. I mean, escape, we don't care. It doesn't work anyway, so let's remove that. So now the question is, if we start the game and I pause the game, it should open a widget. There it is. And when I press it, it unpauses. So yes, this is the way to go. Can I then also test for keyboard inputs? Let's take this and space, do this. So I press space, it's paused, I press space again, it's not consumed. If I left click, no, if I left click here. So yeah, the UI is not focused. Focus UI, what was it called again? What was the function? Set input mode UI only. Maybe this. So take this. Player controller. Get. Widget to focus. This one, please. Do not lock. What does that mean? I don't care. Flush input, whatever. Okay. Is it optional? Do I need the delay? Wait, is this a function? Fuck. This cannot work. Why is it not focusable? So it does get it. Aha. That is extremely interesting. Which means if I go here and say space can execute when it's paused too. And then just do this. Which means now I can pause and unpause the game, right? Or not. Because the rest doesn't go through. Does it? Interesting. So where does it die? Huh, it goes down. No, it's fine. It's actually fine. So where does it fail? Oh, this doesn't flip-flop. That's true. If I do this again... Yeah, it always goes to this. This thing does not flip-flop right now. I mean, I could make a flip-flop myself with a variable, just to see. But I could also just say, is game paused? And then say, if it's paused, do a not here. And that is our flip-flop instead. Like this. So now it should pause and unpause. Okay, so a very simple pause feature, and it works. Just we have to make sure that not every key is pressable when it is paused. But maybe the escape key is, and maybe arrow keys, etc. Let's see. The biggest problem right now is that when the menu tries to open, it goes to the UI controller to say, hey, I'm done. Right? If we try to open that menu. So if I'm here and press escape while the game pauses, here open menu with the UI controller, say open menu, which will do some specific things. So maybe I shouldn't touch this right now. Maybe for this package, the menu is broken. You can press escape and it just opens it. Maybe I can disable it in specific places. But for now, we leave it because this UI stuff needs to be redone anyway. All of this is like not good for our pause menu. Just doesn't work. I believe. I wonder, does sound still work while paused? We can find that out. We should find that out right now. This is very important. Is there even music in this place? Let's see if I added music to this place. Setting music. Yes. So if I pause, okay, music still works. Does it loop though? It seems to loop. Okay, so that's not a problem then. Which is very good for our case. Okay, so maybe for the credits right now, I will not put it into the menu. I will put it into the start area where we also can see like the controls for the game, etc. Like this thing. Another box where you can open a menu where it shows credits. Just for now. Can the sun actually be under it? Amazing. So we are now completely covered by shadow. Man, I love her hair. It's so nice. It's a little windy. So we just look at the intro place and disable it, I would say. Let's make it simple. Okay, but this also means we need to start from the beginning. Let me delete my save game. Which means if I start now, it should start from the intro. press escape, nothing happens. Which is good. Oh, it's not consuming. Why did that happen? Oh, if I press escape, it leaves it. But that shouldn't happen. That's extremely problematic. I thought I solved that already. Apparently not. Let's see. Can we detect an unfocus? I hate it. just loses it completely. Where did we focus the thing again? Where was that? Where was this? Where was this? Was it in the intro? I really don't remember. Instead of this, we used something else. I don't remember. Ah, it was here, I see. Interesting. Aha! Very good. Okay. Do we use this somewhere else? Probably should use it here too. Okay. So now when we press escape, it doesn't break the focus. Let's think a little more. Ah, that was just the thing, yeah. Let's continue. So we need to disable it in here. I'm not sure how. Need to think. When I press escape, I end up here. I end up there. And now we have we need like some kind of checker that says, hey, is escape menu fine or not? Maybe even a drop down, an enum, but for now. Where should we put this variable? It should be in the game controller. And then we need some kind of variable that is like set disable escape menu or something, and later we can have like different modes for it. So when we have it here, we can then grab it from here. And if it's disabled, don't do it. But if yes, we go in. And then this can also go here. But this needs to be there. Okay, so now I just need to, when we are either here or here, disable it, and when we are here, enable it. Correct? And at the end of this stuff, we need to enable it again. Alright, so escape menu. Maybe let's make these more organized. So when we are here, we disable the menu, and when we're here, we enable it. But we also need to enable it at the end of the sequence here, which is in the game dev glue. Is it? Start area, transfer. Yeah. It does stuff here and then. Yeah, we just do it here, destroy actor. Do we have the game controller here somewhere? No. Get game controller. And then ESC set enabled true. Boom. So now we can just test all of this. Okay. Okay. I should do it. Let's remove the save game. And start again. Oh, come on. Oh my god. What? I can still use it? Why? How did that happen? This is false. Wait. Oh. 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 We did it wrong. Okay. Now it should work. Very good. Okay, why did this not start? Ah! No! Damn it. Do I do it from the start again, or nah, we just go that particular part here. Good. Okay, so this is now dealt with. Let's do the credits and maybe even a roadmap. Hello, scene. A main menu? No, I already have a main menu. I mean, how to say it? I will destroy the main menu at some point because it's not well implemented. There are some problems there. But right now I'm just making a credit screen that I will just put a little box in the start area where when you interact with it, then the credit screen will pop up. Since we are almost at milestone 4, and I will make a new package, and maybe I will give it to some more random people than just my friends. So maybe a credit screen where people can actually see where it is coming from is a good idea. I mean, the game is nowhere near for a proper demo or something, but I mean, right? I need to do something. Now let's destroy this. How do you destroy witches again? I need to unparent it, right? Reference self. Unparent. What is this? Is this just an object? It doesn't even know what it is. Never mind. It does work. Thank you for your input. So now let's make an interaction for it. Wow, what's going on here? Maps. But how are you doing, man? Did you just say more random people than just your friends? Am I a random person? I mean, no. I just say I will post it in X or something, so people that even don't know me might be able to see it. Because, you know, there's a special occasion coming up, which is next week. On Friday, I will have my 3 years of development. So I might tweet something out with the link or something, but you don't need X. I will post it in the Discord. I just say that I will spread it a lot more than normal. Got no sleep. Gonna work on the game anyway. I know that feeling. I have some funky color post-processing idea. Ah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, it was a long journey, and it still feels like I'm at the beginning. It's unreal. No pun intended. So we have this thing. Money cheat. And save point. We might want to make a new one too. Here. Like a credits interaction or something. Where's the money cheat though? Interaction dev stuff. Okay. So yeah, let's make credits. And then we can just copy the money cheat over and then call this credits interaction. Don't be too excited. The game is very, very scuffed. I also might need to add the controls box in the start area, I guess. of the intro so people know what to press, but I don't know. Maybe it needs a new one. So execute command. Storage data. Money cheap. So what we now have to do is create a widget. Credits. And then view port. And that should be it. Correct. This one doesn't belong here. No. Can I just do this? Add the trigger. Make it visible. How do I do toggle here? And that should be it. And boom. Okay, save. And the main. Let's see if we see the credits. There we go. Looks good. Is this still up to date? Walk. Camera. Interact. Battle, fire formation, water formation. Q, W, E, A, yeah, that should be... Is that correct still? Is A actually lightning? Let me check. You say 7 years, I'm not even sure if that's enough. With the pace I'm going, man, I'm way too slow for this game dev stuff. And yeah, it is. Okay. Let's check the rest of the controls. Accept round, skip animations. When selecting item. Enter, yeah, that should be fine. Battle result space, enter. This menu. Save start formation. I don't know, Scene. I really don't know. Because right now I'm trying to make this, how to say, framework. And I don't even know if people will like the game, so just jumping into full production without knowing if my game can be successful, I don't know. Not only that, I mean, funding where? State grants? My game has no cultural connection to Germany. And I think I would need to employ people from Germany to have this grant. So no, I really don't know. I would need to research more, I guess. I am confident enough to make it, how to say, solo, without risking anybody else's future. I can commission stuff, etc., but full employment? I don't know. That sounds scary right now. Maybe future monkey knows the answer to that. How about you? Are you planning to full scale yours? Ah, yes, it is your plan. Vertical slice. I mean, I'm right now trying to make a vertical slice. Although not... no, I'm actually making a horizontal slice. A smaller horizontal slice. I'm not going into full all levels. Although, what defines a vertical slice? Do you need all the levels for a vertical slice? No, vertical slice is to have the core mechanics, right? Mine is a hybrid, I guess. I have many functionalities outside the main functionality. Is it? Yeah, that what you're describing is what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to make a vertical slice of the first tutorial area. Where then you get to the other chapters of the game, but we will see. Fire, offense, magic, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Save game and little cheat. Maybe I should disable the cheat. Maybe not. Yeah, I see. So, we got the credits. I mean, maybe I need to adjust it because I asked my artists if it's fine like that. Maybe they want new links, another name, etc. Credits roadmap. And how long it takes a person to dose at the full-time capacity. As far as I heard from all the studies, etc. I did, like what means studies, like in university, etc. It was always recommended to, when you do the napkin estimation of your game, like from start to finish, do 200% on top of it, because you never know what will happen, and you want to break even, right? So it is always best to put the double of that on your estimation, but I don't know how you can convince a publisher after that. That was at least what everyone was telling me to do. Well, yes, I went into university that was specifically for game design or game development, and to be precise, from the beginning to end. It was just a bachelor's though, so it was very shallow. Most of the things I specialized in was programming and physics, etc. Even AI was in there. But all the game design things I didn't do. Yes, correct. And it will be like 120 orb links. I need characters. And a lot of dialogues, yes. I need to design levels. There are a lot of things that full production of my game needs. Well, where I studied, it wasn't close to me. I moved there to study. Alright, let's do the roadmap. Really? You cannot type in the resolution? Oh my god, this is such ass. Dude, since MS Paint from back in the day, they broke Paint every time, man. We just need something simple, not this bullcrap. Anyway, let's see what kind of thing I want to do. Maybe I should do it in GIMP so I have layers. I should do this in GIMP. It'll be easier. Well, I have GIMP! Behold! Should I use the pen instead? Is this better? Maybe. Alright. Let's do this. Don't do those faces! GIMP is great! We love GIMP in this house. I don't think it changed much. So, what did we do in the last 3 milestones? I don't remember. I don't remember what my milestones included in the last stuff. I know that we had like milestone 1 to 3. Let's see. And prior to this, almost like there was a game concepting part. Your game barely had graphics when I started watching you, like 2 years ago. It has been so long? I could tell it was a turn-based JRPG style game, but beyond that, I had no idea what you were going for. Yeah, right. Everything was boxed. Because I was some robot-looking guy fighting cubes and spheres with default Niagara emitters. Yes, and I'm not sure when exactly you started watching me, but I also didn't have the islands back then. The islands came later. Were you there then? I don't remember. So 1 year game concept, Unity prototype, 6 months, 2 years, and then restart. So then we went here. Let's go there. One, two, three. I don't remember the milestones anymore. Yeah. And now we are here. For intro sequence. sequences. Hmm. I probably started watching you around February 24, because that's when I started my current project. Ah, I see. Well, I'm glad that you found me on that time. Didn't have islands as much as a gray box platform maze in the sky. Yes, that's what I meant. Oh man. Feels nostalgic how far the game has come. And it's still not finished. Not even close to finished. Yes, but this one I didn't do myself, right? My first Live 2D was just my doodle, and then I also rigged the first one. And then a friend helped me out and made this a little bit better with the rigging. And the second one, I randomly found a tweet from some people making advertisement for their services and making a model for cheap. And I was lucky to get a slot. Yeah, sometimes you have to be opportunistic. I also think about what kind of work for the game needs to be core team and what can be concentrated for the latter. VO, VFX, writing, various publishing tasks, possibly additional animation, possibly additional cutscenes, direction if my workload gets too heavy, possibly additional game design and programming. Yeah, man. And there's always more, right? I guess when you go to, how to say, into production, you should have some kind of plan A and plan B, right? If like stuff get too problematic, having the option to cut away from some content, like omitting some levels, etc., might need to be in your vision while doing that, because you never know when the money runs out, right? Wait, this is milestone 5. I'm not sure for this part if this is like just the Steam 1.0 release. And then the post-game chapter. Am I forgetting anything? Yeah, my game's episodic and roguelike, so I can always cut or add episodes. Yeah, that's a good thing. Each episode involves a package of content, characters, enemies, areas. I see. Mine is like, how to say? The first area, the tutorial area, will be like this limited area what I already have, maybe a little edited, like make the levels a little more interesting maybe. But the first boss, you will then come to a hub world, where you then go to 3 different paths to the next hub worlds, with more islands to progress in, and you have to like do something on the islands to be able to go to the next island chain in the hub, second hub, and there will be like 4 hubs, and you will then reach the top of the tree, and there will be some kind of event where the world gets destroyed and everything is gone. This will be chapter 1. And in chapter 2, you will be in this destroyed world where everything is like this clinical, cleanish, digital world where everything is glitched. And you have to find a way to beat the boss to make everything okay again. And that will be the chapter 2. So for me, the different parts will be between the hub worlds and the chapter 2 part. And then of course the post game, where I plan to have like an infinite area where you can just go from one world to the next. But I don't know. That's like future monkey problem. So, is this all? I mean, right now it looks like I will be here forever. But I just don't want to set milestones as in, yeah, I need to reach that. I don't even know if the battle rework will be purely battle rework. I just know that we need to reach this demo situation, and the demo will be, how to say, the first area with any features that can be accessed there. But yeah, let's put this into there, I guess. Save as. Credits and roadmap. And this is roadmap 2026-05-19 roadmap milestone 5. And then export as. Wait. PNG. Probably helps to make the production scalable. From what I've read of full game production, it's when the team is unwilling or unable to scale the game down when production slips. That's how you get into a crunch or death march situation and or release a buggy game. I might have that problem. Although I could maybe cut down the islands, but I mean, I feel like when I get to production, my problem will be less the islands and more having all the assets, all the planes, all the animations, all the dialogue. That will be my problem. Like the islands design, I don't think that's the problem. Games are never finished. They just run out of money and ship. Maybe. Well, at least I try to, how to say, round up everything, but there is wisdom in that post, I guess. Because I always see so many things I can do after post game, like crazy things, but then again, somehow no one does something like that. Maybe there's a reason why people don't go crazy. Yeah, right. But yeah, I never shipped a game before, so I don't know what the budget can be or should be. Where's the UI? Wasn't there a UI selection? Did they remove that? Am I tripping? But yeah, doubling or yeah, we can make here at this time if we don't get any red lights. What do you mean by we can make here at this time? Elon Musk is famous to like that I think for production budgets games are almost all labor. How much are you gonna pay a guy to do a thing for how many years? I guess. Our yearly salaries together, burn rates. And then it also depends, like, do you have a location? Do you have a company? A studio? Or is everyone remote? Now we have the luxury to have remote artists, right? Ah, yes. Yeah, Musk is a very special case, I guess. Let's take this. Arrest, safe. And so make another UI. Call this the roadmap. Maybe at some point I can give the roadmap pages. You know, I just realized, why did I put a button on the bottom right? Why don't I have a button for the whole thing and then you just click and it disappears? But yeah, maybe people will then search for a button and don't even click. I don't know. Should one make a UI material for something like this, or do you just put the texture right in? Alright, now we need the button here. Alright. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I will spend a lot of time here, so it's a little self-cautiousness, I guess. I should have used more words for pitfalls like the content production hell or whatever, the march to pre-production completion or whatever. But I'm not so creative right now. Maybe next roadmap. Where was I? I need to create this interaction. Alright. And then like this. And the roadmap is also ready now. Main map. Let's see if it works. I get to work on whimsical things with no deadlines. I probably won't be able to do that when in production starts. Yeah, same. Same. But I'm not sure if I ever will be a bigger group than one artist. I mean, I need someone to make music, maybe. Sound assets, maybe two. I'm not sure, maybe I can do that myself, but we'll see. Oh my god. It just jump scares you. Click me to kill me. Yeah, looks okay. Yeah. I need to see. I mean, right now I already have an artist that I commissioned for characters. I might give them the creatures too. But right now it seems like they are not writing back when I write them, so we will see how that goes. But yeah, there's always something to do. Now, the last thing here is the jump animation. The bar is low. You know, I feel like Epic Games is right now in a money problematic phase. They might be turning it down. I mean, they already scaled down stuff in what is it called? Fortnite. They are closing in into industry stuff. So trying to get license money from industry things. I think they did? Was that the thing with the yeah, it could be. But yeah, I feel like if, how to say, Steam is really steamrolling right now with the addition of adding the hardware, and every other console producer is now very scared of Steam. Looking at PlayStation, who just said they will never release any single player games on PC anymore. I feel like Epic is getting like in a position where they will have some money problems if they don't solve their positioning in the market. They dropped them in a I mean, Unreal Engine will not die. There is always AAA games that use that engine, so that will not go away. But I'm just thinking about how they need to scale down other things. And grants, I mean, that's always the easiest thing to cut, right? Although maybe grants is like a fraction of the money they have, but so is like paying staff, I guess. I don't know, man. I just don't take these things for granted, let's say it like this. No pun intended. So now the jumping animation, I feel like very lazy right now. I think I will push that for tomorrow. And tomorrow we can then maybe make a package and test the game. Because as it stands, I think most of the problems are solved. Maybe while I do the jump animation, we could also fix the run animation where it's like whoop 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 whoop. Very robotic. Maybe even sway the upper body left and right so it's more natural. Oh, I also need to find a way to make the cloth simulation with wind, because we didn't find a way to manipulate the vector for the hairs to be also on the thing. But I saw a video where there is a wind thing here. Wind controller. That's mine though. Wind direction source. Maybe this is the thing. What if I add it right now? What happens? Where is my map? I am blind here. Let's add wind, and maybe I can use that wind instead for the hair. So wind direction source. I don't know how this works, but it seems like it's blowing this way. Strength, let's say 100? I don't know. Speed. What is the difference between strength and speed? If you heard, 5.8 is in preview and they are working on a new terrain. I cannot say that word, man. That is full 3D terrain, so you can do overhanging and stuff. Yeah, maybe it's something I can look into when I rework the islands too, or have to do more islands, but I feel like I need to be very low poly, so that might be not the tool I can use. I'm looking forward to 5.8 budget lumen and new character anim tools. I also hear they are adding a toon shader that might be interesting for me, because all these things, like, I need to be very, very stylistic in my game, and I feel having Unreal lighting doesn't work with my game, even though I turned off almost every specific Unreal shading stuff. It's still experimental, so I wouldn't use it if I was you, but still interesting. Yeah, I mean, I always jump into the next version when it's stable. I'm not going to beta branches. But the catch is a substrate. I mean, it's just a new medium, I guess. It shouldn't be too hard, but we will see. You should test substrates extensively before flipping the switch. Jumped into substrate and regretted it. No going back. I mean, right now substrate is better, no? So I hope they are fixing stuff. I was speaking of the mesh terra being experimental. Yeah, but when I get to the islands, I'm sure Unreal 5.8 will be out already, you know? I will not go immediately to islands. Right now I need to rework my battle system, because all the battles look very, very robotic. And the code is so shitty. And that will take a while until I fix all those issues. Substrate has performance and workflow considerations. I don't have direct experience with it. Yeah, me neither. For UE, experimental means pro. That's so true. And now ready for production means hell. Did they ever make a new nav mesh stuff? Were they not working on that? Because the things I'm using, they're working right now, but if they are like kicking it out, I might need to switch everything. So we added the wind, but what is the difference between strength and speed? I still don't know. Minimum gust amount, maximum gust amount, radius. What's the radius? Point wind? What the hell are these? Why is there no description when I hover over it? Why is there no description? Yeah, I know that your game uses custom. Let's see. I will just add this. And then... wait. Why don't I just go into a test map and then put Mira in there? Let's save that. Where is Mira? Mira, Mira, Mira. Here. And then let's put another mirror, which we rotate like this, so we know if the hair is actually going down. I mean, kinda. Just a little stupid. But we are looking at the cape instead anyway. So, wind. Where was it? Here. Wind. Going this direction. Copy paste. Copy paste. Now let's see. I mean, I'm not sure if I see anything. Let's make strength 100. Yeah, it's not getting any winds. We might need to like say that it can be modified by the winds, but oh no, it does work. Interesting. So yeah, maybe that's the next thing to look at. Can I modify the strength, etc. direction from a wind component thingy? All I know regarding typical UE characters is the character's movement component is getting deprecated for the new mover component. I am dead. And all I know is they are adding stuff faster than I can learn it. I should give her like face physics too, so she can be like but yeah, it seems to work. Can we do anything here? Yeah, I guess I need to look into winds and see what all these things do. Bro, what did you use for the avatar puppet? What do you mean exactly? You mean the asset itself, or you mean Unreal specific features? Point wind rendering. Oh, you mean the monkey? Oh, I see. Well, I have a Live 2D avatar that someone made for me. And then I am using vtuber Studio, which then gets tracking data from vBridger, which gets my face information from my iPhone. And then it can just do silly things like this. But yeah, if you're interested in this kind of thing, just look up VTubers. vBridger. vtuber Studio and vBridger is the movement stuff. And then you also need a compatible avatar, but VTube Studio already has some free avatars in there to test the facial expressions. But yeah, you need like vBridger to connect to your iPhone, so you have to set the IPs correctly, but there are tutorials out there. Then you also need to hook it up with VTube Studio so they actually know each other. But yeah, when you have that, then you can puppeteer VTube Studio via vBridger that gets information from the iPhone. But as I said, if you're interested, look up VTubing. Virtual YouTuber, I guess, or virtual tuber? What would it be? I don't know. Physics. If you use an AI generated photo or any picture, you still need to rig it. That's not that easy. Like there's a special tool, Live 2D Studio for, or what's it, Studio? I don't know. There's like a editing tool where you have to set up all the parts which have like their own meshes in 2D, and then you can set the bones, etc., and then you have to match them to different body parts. Virtual VTuber. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, it is hard. If you don't know what you're doing, it is hard. Well, Kizuna-ai was the one that coined the word VTuber anyway, so yes, that would be probably the correct description. All right, let's put that in here. So first we will do the jump animation and then wind. If you use Unreal Engine, then you probably just need a different setup. Then you probably don't even need VTube Studio, because you would put it into Unreal. You just need tracking data, which can come from vBridger. But I don't know, you would need to look into the APIs of camera tracking tools, etc., and then hook them up manually. But maybe there is already an Unreal tool for it, or a plugin, who knows. Why don't you do that? I am Monkey. Monkey does not change. MetaHuman is pretty good, yes. But maybe uncanny, depending on the tracking. Oh, one of the artists is writing back. Maybe I can adjust the credits. Uncanny, uncanny. Like looking real but strange because it's not perfectly moving like a human. You write it with a C. Yes, like that. You're welcome. Hey Scene, what was the last game you played? Are you currently playing any games? Do you even have time for games? Monkey has time, man. Yeah, I think I saw some very unreal looking like avatars. Technically it'd be Wuthering Waves and Honkai Star Rail, but for real gamers, I last played Hades. I mean, they are real games, what are you talking about? But they are gacha. For research. What does that mean? Why are there quotations? Hades seem trending. Ah, I see. For roguelikes. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't want to play the game, but I was curious about the story. How about Hades 2 though? I never played Hades 2. I played Hades 1 though. I am lacking games currently. I started Dune again. Yeah, I have no idea about Hades 2. So, I guess this is the next thing we will do. Was there anything I was missing? I think we got everything. I mean, winds and cloth with hair sync will be a bigger thing. This is polishing artifacts. Flip, that's polishing. Battle arena, this is done. Wind for close research. Start battle doesn't leave time for openings to start flying. Polish. Make camera limits. I think this is solved, no? Make one island. Sequence opening, jumping around. This is future polish. Yeah, everything polish. I also need to make a milestone for initial content like sound. My game lacks so much sound. It feels so dead without sound. A puzzle game? Phil, can it be that you mostly play puzzle games? Seems that way, doesn't it? It doesn't only seem, my friend. But hey, now I'm also making a puzzle game. I wonder why. I also played a couple hours of Neverless to Everness. Yeah, some of my friends play that game. New UE based open world. Gotcha. I know, the GTA one, right? Some aspects are impressive, but it otherwise seems like a soulless hodgepodge. I mean, it's a typical Chinese one. If they are successful, they churn out content after content. So I guess the starting point is not the place where you can review it perfectly. But I don't know. Even more so when the usual. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a very big game to make. I imagine a GTA-like is very complicated to make. Quality levels and art directions seem all over the place. Okay, that's concerning though. Yeah, I will stop here too. Thanks for tuning in, Scene. So yeah, you're done here. Who's still here? Swedish, Phil, thanks for tuning in. Also seeing if you're still here, thank you. Everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye, monkey!